We are coming to you from Target Field in Minneapolis, Minnesota, where this afternoon Comcast Sportsnet presents White Sox baseball. It's Jose Abreu, Avi Garcia, Adam LaRoche in the Sox as they get set to butt heads with Torrey Hunter and Paul Molitor's Minnesota Twins. Hi, everybody, and welcome. I'm Ken Harrelson with Steve Stone as we get set to bring you the finale of this three-game set, and it will be the rubber match. They took the opener by a score of 13-2. Then last night, the margin was just awesome, and we won that ball game 6-2. But we're starting to see something, hopefully, knock on wood. Over the last three games, our offense starting to come around.
This ball club has won 3 of their last 4, and in their last 3 games, they've had 11 hits or more. And the guys coming alive are coming alive at the right time because this is a critical road trip. Melky's having a good run at it. Jose Abreu is hitting everything in sight, and Gordon Beckham has come through with some timely hits along with Adam LaRoche. And these guys are starting to pound the baseball, but none better than these 3. Jose Abreu, 8 for 15. You see the doubles and the runs scored. Melky, 7 for 12 with a couple of doubles, an RBI and 2 runs, and Gordon Beckham, the walk-off homer. His 2 runs batted in, and he's 3 for 6. Hopefully this trend continues. They're going to need it today against Phil Hughes.
Well, the Twins are going to need some, too, because we got our ace, Chris Sale, going, and today he's looking for a win. Plus, he is chasing some history.
He's pitching unbelievably well, and the strikeouts have come to the fore. 5 games in a row, he's had 12 or more strikeouts. That's tying an all-time Major League record. And as you can see, the changeup, the slider, and the fastball have all been unhittable. He's just overmatched the opposition. But against these Twins, they've given him some problems. 1-2 this year with an ERA of 6.35 and 3 starts. There's a couple of guys you have to pay attention to. Brian Dozier's hit 3 home runs. He's driven in 8 against Chris Sale. Torrey Hunter, always tough. And Kurt Suzuki, the pesky Kurt Suzuki, has the highest batting average against Chris Sale in his team. Let's hope Chris can go get him today.
Well, when Chris is out there, we've got a chance to win. If we do, we'll take this series. So sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way.
Sox baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, through it all. Audi, truth in engineering. Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. And by Toyota. See where Toyota takes you. Test drive one at your Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome back to Minneapolis and Target Field. Temperature-wise, it's a beautiful day for baseball. It's a little overcast, but no rain in the offing, which means there will be baseball in this third final and rubber game of the series. And so, hopefully, the Sox continue to hit as they've hit the last 3 games. And let's take a look at how Robin is going to line up our Sox for the game this afternoon. Adam Eaton's going to lead it off, and then Connor Gillespie in the 2 spot as Robin tries to juggle to see who's most effective, hitting second. Then it's Jose Abreu, who's torched Phil Hughes over the course of his career. Adam LaRoche, Melky Cabrera, Abasilio Garcia, Alexi Ramirez, Tyler Flowers, and playing second and hitting 9th is Carlos Sanchez. The defense and how they'll line up behind Phil Hughes. Shane Robinson in left field, Byron Buxton in center field, and Torrey Hunter in right. Then it's Trevor Plouffe, Eduardo Nunez, Ryan Dozier, and Kenneth Vargas playing defense today as Joe Mauer gets a day off as a DH. Behind the plate, it's Kurt Suzuki. And our Lexus pursuing perfection starting pitcher is Phil Hughes. This is 15th start. He's 5-6, his ERA 4.47. As you can see, more hits than innings pitched, and he's allowed 16 homers. That's a very high total. The umpires for the game this afternoon: Doug Eddings behind the plate, Jim Wolf is at first, Adrian Johnson is at second, and Bill Miller, the crew chief, is at third. So Robin certainly has liked what he's seen offensively over the last 3 games as the Sox have collected 11 hits or more, hoping for more of the same against Phil Hughes, who has got an overpowering fastball and a good over-the-top curveball. So they've thrown the ball around the infield. Adam Eaton has stepped into the batter's box, which means we're ready to play baseball, and I'm ready to turn it over to my play-by-play partner, Ken Harrelson.
All right, Steve, thank you very much. And once again, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball right here over Comcast Sportsnet. And before we show you our picks to click you at home, select yours. As the big right-hander Phil Hughes, first pitch of the ball game, taken for a strike. He's not going to walk a whole bunch of guys.
I should say not.
So when you get a guy like that from a hitting standpoint, you just get ready to go right off the bat. And that's into right field. They got a man there.
Year after year, Phil Hughes is among the best control pitchers in all of baseball. He depends on his fastball, but he's added to that 4-seamer that he likes to throw. He's added a 2-seamer. He throws a good overhand curveball. Those are probably his 3 staples. He will occasionally throw changeups, but he's not quite as confident of that. It's his 4th pitch.
So here is Gillespie hitting in the 2-hole, takes first pitch strike. To the count.
One soft curve, one a little bit harder.
Checks it up and takes ball 1. 1-2. Finale of this 3-game series. And that's poked out there into left field. So 2 down. And right now let's check out our picks to click. Jim Angio, our director and the crew. Well, they went with Sanchez. Steve's going with Connor. And Sheena Quinn. Megan Golden. Julianne Bartos. Joe Rody. Mike Madero. Jonathan Farron. Maldy Neer. Ron Vesley and I, we're going to go with Alexi Ramirez and get him out of this funk he's in. Ball hit sharply, but quick 1-2-3 inning for the 29-year-old right-hander.
On Mediacom in Iowa City, Iowa. Chris Sale chasing history today. On a pace for a franchise record 276 strikeouts, 119 strikeouts, fifth highest total in team history before the All-Star break, and averaging 12.1 strikeouts for 9 innings. That would be a career high, assuming that things sail right along. And they certainly have been for Chris, who's got 3 pitches that can all be overwhelming.
So here's Byron Buxton, 21-year-old rookie, this center fielder, and he takes first pitch strike. Starts him off with a changeup. Comes back with a fastball.
Buxton has hit 9th most of the time. He actually led off the first game of the series. This is the 2nd time in his career, and it's a very young career that he's leading off.
Yes, he did. And he's 4 for 8. He got 3 hits when he was leading off.
He's just a ball of talent. The question is, how quickly will it come together? It looks like it's coming together pretty quickly.
He gone.
Buxton probably was surprised that he got overpowered at 94 down the middle. But the fact is that Chris not only has great stuff, but he has great reception because of that delivery, and you can bet Buxton really hasn't seen a whole lot of people who throw even close to like that.
So here's Brian Dozier hitting at .257, 14 homers and 35 knocked in. Starts him off with a changeup.
Well, Chris Sale has used that changeup just under 30% of the time on the first pitch for the last 2 months, so he obviously likes it and it's very effective.
0-2 the count.
Brian Dozier has really hurt Chris Sale. 3 home runs, 8 driven in over the course of his career. But this is not the same Chris Sale that they've been seeing.
That's right at him in left field.
Let's take a look at how Paul Molitor is going to line up his Twins today. It's Buxton, Dozier, and Mauer at the top, with Hunter, Plouffe, and Nunez in the middle, followed by Suzuki, Vargas, and Robinson. The defense and now the lineup behind Chris Sale: Cabrera, Eaton, and Garcia in the outfield, with Gillespie, Ramirez, Sanchez, and Abreu in the infield, and Tyler Flowers gets a nod behind the plate.
So here's Mauer hitting at .260, 4 homers and 37 driven in.
And what's somewhat surprising is that Joe Mauer has a career batting average close to .300 against Chris Sale. Not a whole lot of people, left or right-handers, can say that.
There's the strike. First time Joe Mauer faced Chris Sale, it was the worst at bat I've ever seen him have.
He'd never seen a slider like that.
And there is the slider.
Our Lexus for Swing Perfection starting pitcher today is Chris Sale, looking for his 7th win and looking for 12 strikeouts. And I'll share with you a little bit later what Don Cooper had to say about that particular number.
Torrey Hunter on deck. Oh, you got a cookie right there and missed it.
Well, the few times that Chris has actually hung that slider, certainly not the last 6 games, as this ball just came spinning over the inner portion. Fortunately, it was a lot higher than Mauer wanted.
Got him on a short hop, throws him out. Nice 1-2-3 inning for Chris, and after 1, no score.
Later in the game, brought to you by Miller Lite.
And you can celebrate the 2015 Stanley Cup champion Blackhawks with officially licensed team gear from CSNChicago.com's Blackhawks shop. You can browse our catalog to score great team apparel, so don't get left out. Visit the Blackhawks shop at CSNChicago.com and pick up your championship merchandise today.
Phil Hughes is a strike throwing machine. He throws strikes 71% of the time. That's the best in all of baseball.
Here's Adam. Adam 2 for 6 with a couple of RBIs in the series. Takes first pitch strike. That ball hit hard, high stretch. Torrey looks up. You can put it on the board. Yes. Number 9 for Adam, and it's a 1-0 Sox lead.
9 and 28 on the power numbers, and when you're around the plate a lot, you're going to give up a lot of home runs. You just have to hope they're solo shots, and that's what this was. Our forward home run replay. This ball up and on the inner portion of the plate, and Adam gets ahead of the bat out and takes it way back.
So here's Melky. Melky 2 for 7 in the series. Takes first pitch strike.
17th home run that Hughes has given up, far and away tops on the ball club.
Breaking ball strike and the count 0-2. Of course, with that home run by LaRoche, Alex Nelia's family. Another donation to White Sox charities in loving memory of Ursula.
Adam didn't wait around, and you can't really wait around on Phil Hughes because he's going to throw everything in the zone. He's only walked 9 men this year, and facing over 380 of them, that's also the best in baseball.
That ball hit hard. Buxton goes back, reaches up, makes the catch. That's another hang whoop'em for Melky.
That's also what you call make-up speed, because the toughest ball for any center fielder to handle is one hit right over their head. And this ball is hit right at Buxton. He doesn't get a great break. As you see, he drifts a little bit, then realizes that he has to go straight back. He's got great speed, and outfielders will call it make-up speed, making up for a less than great jump.
And that ball hit right at him again, hard. So he's not fooling anybody.
No, the Sox are going up with what I think is a terrific game plan. You get a fastball early in the count, you might as well go after it, because otherwise you're going to be down 0-1 or 0-2.
Well, do the math. Do the math.
You got the best control pitcher in baseball, who is a strike throwing machine. Against him, at least, there's no reason to wait around.
Well, one of the worst things to me, and I think it's really hurt hitting, and that's one reason hitting is down, is trying to work the count, go deep into the count. Sure, the more pitches you see, the more dangerous you become, but when you get guys out there as Alexei, they get a nice play by Nunez, and the home run by Adam LaRoche, just 1-0.
He is our Lowe's never stop improving stat. His major league career spanning 3 teams, hitting close to 280 with 2,390 hits, 487 doubles, 339 home runs. The runs batted in terrific at 1,348. The stolen bases, the Gold Gloves, 9 of them, 5 All-Star selections, and he's been in the postseason 8 different years. Torrey Hunter is a winner, and he's been a winner wherever he's gone.
That's one reason, in my opinion, he is a Hall of Famer.
Well, he'll have a shot at it, certainly, because gone are the days where there was an automatic number where you were into the Hall of Fame. Now they take some other things into consideration.
Well, you have to take leadership into consideration. That has to be right at the top of the list. You know, when you're over 150 games, over 500 in your career, that will tell you something right there.
Well, look, you look at leaderships. You look at all-star appearances. You look at Gold Gloves because defense is a huge part of it. Torrey Hunter has a lot of those things.
That's up high.
Chris Sale has found at least one hitter in the last 36 innings, and that's currently the longest active streak in the major leagues. He swung at that.
Yes, he did. He swung at it.
Even though the ball hit him, that'll give you some sort of an idea.
He gone.
How that slider works. Torrey's somewhat embarrassed.
He is embarrassed.
He swings at it and goes, wait a second. I think this one's going to hit me. It did. Now you'll have a chance to rest that sore foot, Torrey.
Well, you got to laugh at yourself right there.
There's nothing you can do. I mean, that slider just keeps coming at you. That's great.
Here's Plouffe. Oh, nice pick. Can he get into Peg? No.
That hit off Plouffe. They got a shot at second.
He gone.
That's going to be a base hit, I'm pretty sure. And then Jose did a great job of getting to the baseball. Plouffe didn't realize how far it was going to get away after getting hit in the back. And Jose makes a good solid throw. There's Plouffe knowing he's going to take some contact. They're giving him an error on that throw after that diving stop. But, okay.
I agree with you. It should have been a base hit.
And a terrific play by Abreu.
Yeah. So here's Nunez hitting at 305. A couple of homers. He's driven in 9.
Don Cooper said about Chris Sale today, I know the strikeout situation that he's in. I know he's going for history. He said, but I would hate to think he would go out there specifically for strikeouts. He said, Chris doesn't usually do that. I would hate to see him go after it today. One pitch, one out is always a good philosophy. And he said, I'm happier with one pitch, one out than I am with a strikeout. I think Chris feels the same way.
Last thing on his mind right now is strikeouts and that record, so to speak. The one thing that is on his mind is beating the Minnesota Twins this afternoon. As he gone. 3 strikeouts now for Chris.
With a World Series anniversary pack. You can choose 3 games from the World Series Championship Reunion Weekend and the 3 World Series Moments bobblehead giveaway games, and receive a 4th game in September or October for free. For full details, visit whitesox.com/2005-pack.
Tyler Flowers will lead it off. Sox on top 1-0. Home run by Adam LaRoche. Way back in right field.
He was originally a first-round draft pick of the New York Yankees. They got him back in 2005 with the 23rd pick overall. There are the career numbers. He's pitched on some very good teams. He's pitched on some not so good teams here.
Took something off, had him way out in front in the count 1-2.
Last year, ERA wise, was about his best overall as a starter. 16-10 with these Twins, 3.52 ERA and 32 starts.
Tried to get him to chase it. Outfield straight up, spread out about equidistant. He knew it. 1 out. They'll bring up Carlos Sanchez, 2 for 8 in the series. And he has faced Hughes 5 times, and he's drawn the collar.
One of the things we haven't seen a lot of from Sanchez is bunting, and the one reason why you want to think about it today is Kenneth Vargas is playing first base, and he doesn't naturally do that. Joe Mauer is their everyday first baseman. Vargas is a designated hitter, and he's playing way back. It's almost a gift base hit if you can drag it that way.
And very quickly 0-2 the count.
Outfield straight away with Robinson very shallow and toward the line in left field.
That's in the seats. Two down.
Pretty good story coming out of France of all places as it pertains to baseball, and that's about a 16-year-old shortstop by the name of Melissa Miu. She actually is the starting shortstop on the under-16 French baseball team, and she's eligible to be signed. And Mike McClellan, who is the director of international game development, says she can actually play. Says she swings the bat really well and she's fearless. So she was eligible for the registry, and the international signing period starts July 1st.
The 0-1 pitch. Adam lined out hard. It's a Torrey Hunter in right field leading off the ball game. He did not go.
Field down to Bill Miller, and he said nope.
That ball hit hard. They're not going to catch that one. That one hops the base of the wall, so now he's going to make the turn, and he's going to get on into third base standing up. That is his 5th triple.
Great park for doubles and triples. And that one splits the gap between Buxton and Hunter and then gets trapped under the wall. So Adam coasts into third base. That fastball was right down the middle.
So here's Gillespie. Hit a little soft fly ball in the left field back in the first inning. Pick him up, Connor. Let's do some 2-out damage. Nope. So the 2-out triple goes for naught, and we still lead at 1-0.
On Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by DraftKings. Play daily fantasy baseball on DraftKings for free using promo code ShySox.
Bottom of the third inning, a run on 2 hits, 1 error for our guys. No runs, no hits, no errors for their guys. That run was a home run by Adam LaRoche, his 9th of the season. So here for the Twinkies, lower third of their order: Suzuki, Vargas, and Robinson. Kurt, 5 for 16 lifetime off Chris. Yanks that changeup foul.
There you look at the numbers overall. Has not been a great year, but his leading contribution to this team is calling pitches, blocking low pitches, which he does exceptionally well, and handling the pitching staff and knowing how to get the most out of each and every one of his pitchers.
Well, if you can get a catcher who has the ability, and this is where A.J. Pierzynski was really good, he could take a struggling starter out there, as that's fouled, and that's going to be Souvenir right side, and work him to the point that he would get another inning out of it, maybe an inning and a third, and all of a sudden you do that over the course of a season and you have saved your bullpen a lot of innings.
That's why a lot of guys hang around the major leagues long after a lot of their physical ability is dissipated, especially as a second line catcher, because you can spend a great deal of time as a backup to a very good catcher if you know how to do that.
That's foul back.
Suzuki, knowing that Chris throws a whole lot of strikes, also is swinging at just about everything.
He gone. He knew it. Started way out on the first base side of the batter's box and came back with a strike.
This is one that most right-handers just give up on, because it breaks so sharply You look at it, it's over the left-handed batter's box, and before you know it, it's over the middle of the plate. 2 swinging, 2 called. 38 straight innings with at least 1 strikeout.
There's Kenneth Vargas, 5 for 8 in the series with a homer and 4 RBIs. That coming in the first game when we lost it 13-2.
And this side by far his best side. Although it didn't look particularly good on a changeup, but very few hitters do. Vargas right-handed, hitting .380. Left-handed, just .182.
Another one.
There you see the disparity between the 2 sides.
Here you go. 2 down.
Chris has got 5 strikeouts. And they've come once again, all different varieties. The fastball, the slider, the called fastball, the called slider, and then the changeup.
Left fielder Shane Robinson just jumps all over first ball fastball and drills it. So you can cancel the post-game show.
Talk to Don Cooper about pitch selection from Chris Sale. The ideal pitch selection. As you look at a first ball fastball, he said, ideally I want to have 60% fastballs, 20% sliders, 20% straight changes. He said that's ideal. Now Chris is going to go with how he feels. He said lately he's been ramping up the slider a bit more as it's been phenomenally effective.
Starts him off with a changeup. Byron Buxton struck out, leading off the bottom of the first inning. That's up high.
Robinson is 3 out of 4 in stolen bases. This Minnesota team, not the best base stealing club around. They've swiped 30, but they've been caught 21 times. It's not a very good percentage.
That's foul.
You love to see those speedy guys lay down a bunt, because if he gets on, he's keeping it alive for the most destructive of the Twins against Chris Sale. And Buxton realized if he could get it out on the grass, he might be able to outrun it. Just couldn't get it out on the grass.
Two out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a full count. He gone. 6 strikeouts now for Chris. And we'll go to the 4th, leading 1-0. ComcastSports.com to watch the latest installment of That Sports Thing with Chris Mars, as actors and comedians getting all sport-ish. It's That Sports Thing presented by Miller Lite. New episodes available at csnchicago.com. Here's Abreu. Takes that breaking ball up high. Hit the ball sharply to the second baseman, Brian Dozier.
Well, it didn't take too long for the Twins to adjust. First two games, they were shifting drastically on Abreu. And then he kept hitting the ball exactly where the second baseman should be, as Dozier was over on third base side of second. They had seen enough of that. And the first time up, he did the same thing, only Dozier was there.
Softly hit, barehanded, nice play.
Plouffe just keeps getting better and better defensively at third, and he realized here that Abreu, who does run better than average for a big man, is going to necessitate a catch it, throw it in the same motion. He's able to do that. Key here is rounding it off and getting in position to make the throw. You come straight ahead, you can't get anything on that throw. You round your charge, and you can throw it off either foot if you want.
Here's Adam. You got a shift on for him. And here's what he did leading off the second.
Got a fastball. And took it out of the ballpark. 17th. Hughes has given up.
And that was our first home run in 7 games here at Target Field this season.
What's been the surprising thing is that this Twin team, not known as a powerful bunch, has homered a great deal in our head-to-head matchups in this park.
Well, they've got more than we've got. We got 49. They got 56. There's a strike, which is hard to believe that the Minnesota team will have more home runs than we will.
It's true that. No doubt.
There's a base hit. Bullet in the gap. So he'll make the turn and he'll cruise on into second base. That's his 10th two-bagger.
He got another fastball, this one on the outside corner. And judging by his history, Adam LaRoche always starts out slowly. And then he starts to heat it up and gets back to his normal numbers, which are anywhere between 24 and 30 home runs. That would be welcome the second part of this year.
Melky hit a rocket in the center field right at Buxton. Over his head, he went back, recovered, and made the nice catch. That's popped up softly. Plouffe. 2 down.
On July 8th, join the White Sox for a night of music and dance as we celebrate Polish heritage at U.S. Cellular Field. The White Sox are offering specially priced tickets to the Polish community and their friends. First 750 people to purchase will also receive a Polish night hat. To purchase, visit whitesox.com/PHN.
There's Avi. He had a bullet right at Buxton as well. Curveball strike. Oh, and 2. We leave after the game, going over to Detroit, where tomorrow a day game.
It's the most unusual schedule when you take a look at the times of all 4 games. Well, the one game, a regular night game, is not unusual.
No. The others, yeah. The 1-2 pitch. Good check.
He's trying to hit that inside corner with a slider. That was a pitch that went out of fashion. Oh, maybe 15-20 years ago. Then the pitchers of this era decided to bring it back, and now the guys who can throw it, they use it effectively because right-hand hitters give up on it. Those 2 sliders stayed inside.
Don't tell that to Ferguson Jenkins.
Oh, he had a dandy, and one of these was 87. This one was 88. He tried to get it over the inside corner. Both of them missed, as our Honda pitch tracks will show you.
Got him. So the 1-out double goes for naught. We go to the bottom of the 4th. There's still 1-0 good guys.
C. Montgomery, who was once the crown jewel of the Kansas City organization, now has moved to Seattle. He went the distance. A 4-hit shutout with 10 strikeouts and no walks, 105 pitches, 2nd career win, 1st shutout. As you can see, the Royals at one point thought he would be at the top of their rotation one day. Well, it turns out he probably will be a top of the rotation guy if he stays healthy, but it'll be for the Mariners.
It'll be Dozier, Mauer, and Hunter here in their half of the 4th inning. Pretty good pitch, didn't get it. Two and 0 the count.
This is going to be a challenge for Chris Sale this inning because he's got all 3 guys swung the bat fairly well against him. Although today that's not happening with anybody.
Takes that change up for a strike on the 2-0 count. And that ball down into the corner. So he will stop at second with his double. This is 23rd.
Dozier hit a rocket the first time up, and this time decided to keep it away from Melky and take it down the line. He got a fastball right down the middle. Dozier, a dead fastball hitter, would prefer the ball middle in, and he starts him off at second base.
Well, Chris is not sporting his good fastball today.
Now the fastball is 92, 93. Normally he's 96, 97. Now he still might have it in his back pocket. We'll see.
Still has 6 strikeouts through 3+.
even without the big fastball.
Yeah. Well, we've seen him out there before like this. In fact, we saw him his first year with us down in Texas. Never hit 90 in the game and beat him. With cunning and guile. There's the strike.
With runners in scoring position, Joe Mauer is 3rd in the American League. You can see, even though it's a down year for him offensively, he still retains the ability to hit in the clutch.
Reaches back, got 94 on that one. Ate him up, but that's going to get the job done. So 1 out, Dozier at 3rd.
Chris did not go to the slider. He stayed with the fastball, kept this one about 6 inches inside, and Joe just able to get it right off the top of his hands. Ease it to shortstop. But he moved over Dozier.
So here is Hunter. Torrey struck out his first trip. And here's the way he struck out.
This is the most unusual strikeout maybe of the season. Don't expect to get hit when you swing. He swung and got hit. And then, well, even it happens to the great ones.
That ball in right field, and that's fair ball. So it's going to be a ground rule double. Dozier scores, and the game is tied at 1.
Hunter drives in his 39th run of the year. Chris with a changeup. It's down. And he slices it down the line in right. Javi gives it a run, can't get to it. 1 hop out of the field of play. And just like that, it's a tie game.
Here's Plouffe. Plouffe reached on an arrow. Throw to first by Gillespie, hit him in the back, and Abreu quickly got to it. Plouffe was trying to move into second, and he made a perfect throw to get him easily. That one at 95. That's the first time he's hit 95.
I think Chris took a little frustration out on that last pitch and reached back and got some more with Trevor Plouffe hitting .308 with runners in scoring position.
That one at 95. Tried to backdoor him, and he missed. Full count.
Trevor Plouffe, another first-round draft choice of these Twins, the 20th overall in 2004.
Walks him.
That was a good solid throw by Tyler Flowers, who thought that he might be able to find Hunter sneaking off the bag on that secondary lead. So that one high and out of the zone, but Hunter getting back in under the tag.
So 1 in, 2 on, 1 out. Game tied at 1. Nunez struck out his first trip. And there's the base hit. Hunter's going to score. Nobody at second base, so he's just going.
That one's pretty much unbelievable because you take the double play out of the equation. It's one thing to see the Twins take the lead. It's another thing to fall asleep in the middle of the infield and allow Nunez to hustle into second base.
Oh boy.
So first ball, off speed pitch, and Nunez takes it up the middle. Ramirez takes 2 steps, realizes he can't get to it, and not quite sure where Sanchez is going. He vacates the second base bag. Perhaps he thought that Ramirez was going to get there, and that's probably what Robin is asking right now.
Ducks on the pine. 1 out.
10th run driven in for Eduardo Nunez. And this indeed has been a tough inning for Chris Sale.
Here's Suzuki. He struck out. Called out on the backdoor slider. Takes first pitch fastball strike.
That extra 90 feet forces the infield to come in at all 4 positions.
Well, it's just we're just seeing too much of this. That's all there is to it. It's just too much. That's high into left field. So it's a 3-1 Minnesota lead.
Suzuki, a very good situational hitter. His 4th sacrifice fly. He was looking for something the entire at bat with the infield in that he felt he could hit in the air. Even though this one was thigh high, he hit a towering fly ball, and for Suzuki, that's run batted in number 21.
Well, all he did on that swing right there was what you're supposed. He put a little lift on it. So here's Vargas. He struck out. 3 straight changeups, and there's another changeup. Two and 0. Another change up.
All right, here we go. Come on, come on, come on.
And that's a low 95-mile-an-hour fastball. The 2-2 pitch. Slider.
Chris tried the straight change.
Full count.
Tried the straight change again, but held onto it a little too long. Dane Robinson in the on deck circle.
So damage is done. A crooked number goes up on that board. We'll go to the fifth. It is 3-1 Twins.
Series reunion weekend, July 17th through the 19th. Be sure to arrive early on Saturday, July 18th, to see your favorite players from 2005. It's presented by your local Ford stores. Together we'll go further. Purchase tickets today by visiting whitesox.com/promos.
That ball hit softly into center field. Dozier had to go get it. Buxton broke back on it. So one pitch, one out as Alexei is retired. (3-1) Minnesota.
Phil Hughes actually showed what kind of pitcher he was, and you never really know how a guy is going to take from going from the big spotlight in New York, where he was always in contention, to a team last year that was well down here in Minnesota. But he came out at 16-10 with one of his best ERAs, and they felt he was going to be the leader of their staff for quite some time. Hasn't been a great year for him this year, but he's a good pitcher.
First pitch strike to Tyler. Tyler called out on a fastball.
There you look at the numbers, and as usual, 0 in the walk column.
Oh, 0-2 the count.
Chris Sale's strikeout per inning total ended at 38 with no strikeouts last inning.
There's a base hit. Nice piece of woodwork right there, especially on an 0-2 count.
Tyler realized there was really nothing he could do with this except go the opposite way. Hughes makes it close enough to be tantalizing, and he got it up. And it's the fact that he elevated that pitch allowed the line drive base hit. So chance to add something here.
As here's Sanchez. Well, we have 4 hits. We have a single, we have a double, we have a triple, and we have a homer.
It's the cycle any way you look at it.
Sanchez grounded out to his counterpart, Dozier. Return throw. No. 2 down.
Vargas did it right because he's not the everyday first baseman. He is a designated hitter. But he made sure of one, so he took a little extra time, meaning you're not going to turn the double play. He's got it, and then takes some time, steadies himself, makes sure that he makes a good solid throw. And because of that deliberate nature of that, they don't get the double play, but he did get the lead runner.
Tries to bunt it, and it's foul. Well, probably Gene Glenn before the game talked to Vargas. He brought several scenarios into play, that being one of them. And he did take his time to make the good throw. You got to get an out. One and one to count.
Yesterday's ball game, Adam Eaton lined one off the top of the wall in right field, just missed going out of here. Uses changing speeds on everything. Using a cutter, he's using a straight change. This at 88. A little something off his normal fastball. And you get hitters rocking. You get them in between. They can guess the pitch. They can't guess the velocity.
Two and two.
Low number of pitches as he's about to deliver number 56 here in the 5th inning with 2 outs.
First and 30, madam. Or knock him in. Steve mentioned that line shot off the top of the fence last night. It was only 2 or 3 feet from going out of here. Good eye. Pitcher's off the plate.
Tried another backdoor slider, and he hasn't been able to hit with these. Despite his battery mate trying to ease it back into the zone, Doug Eddings, justifiably so, called it wide.
So full count.
And a good battling at bat so far for Adam, who's looking for something preferably middle in. So far they've stayed away with everything. And now Kurt Suzuki goes to the mound to talk with his veteran right-hander.
Line shot. Adam thought he had caught the ball.
Darryl Boston wants a review on this one because he didn't think, after he knocked the ball down, he lost control of it. He didn't think that he caught the bag before Adam got to the bag.
He got him. I'm pretty sure he got him. He missed it at first, didn't he?
Yep,
because
he did miss it at first.
Adam thought he went busting it down the line because he thought the ball was caught.
Well, Nunez hurried it up, and then Vargas missed it. I think it's awfully close at first base.
Well, it's closer than I thought it was real time.
And Adam pulled up. If Adam doesn't pull up, if he runs through it, it's not going to be close at all. He's going to make the play easily. But by pulling up, he opened the door to get called out. This again very much a mental mistake.
From where we were sitting, it looked like he got the heel up there, but on that shot, it looked like that Adam got in there before the heel hit the pad.
And right here, Adam just pulls up. You can't do that, and then he pulls up a second time. If he just runs it out, once he discovers that the ball is not caught at shortstop, if he runs it out, he's going to make it easily. Looks to me like he's safe. Looks to me like he caught the front of the bag before the heel of Vargas got back to the bag. And Nunez, for whatever reason, didn't notice that Adam had pulled up, so he rushed his throw in what would have been otherwise an easy play after the knockdown.
It's just amazing how many mistakes that we make.
When anything is close, all these things are going to show up, and things have been close a lot of times because of the starting rotation of this team and the fact that the bullpen works pretty well. You're going to play a lot of close games.
Well, in that 8-game losing streak, we had 5 games were 1-run games and 2 of them were 2-run games.
And so then every time you make a mistake, it's glaring. If you win 8-2, nobody cares.
I would have to say we're probably, all issues considered, we've probably been playing with 27 outs and giving the other team at least 30 to 31 outs a game.
He called him out.
So another mistake, and that'll do it. Hi there, Chuck. Thank you. Shane Robinson hit the first pitch he saw back in the 3rd inning for a base hit into the left. And hits the first pitch he sees here, leading off the bottom of the 5th, a line drive to right for an out. Now they go back to the top of the order with Byron Buxton, who was 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. First pitch strike. Tried to backdoor him with a slider. Yeah, got a strike with that slider. And to count 1-2. He gone. 7 strikeouts now. 2 out.
3 times up. 3 strikeouts swinging. This one out of the zone, and you'd expect the youngster to be over anxious, and over anxious he is. His game plan should be simple. Don't allow Chris to get ahead. If you see a fastball early, swing.
Here's Dozier. Been to the plate twice and hit it hard twice. First time up, line shot right to Melky. Next time up, a double down into the left field corner. Started off that 3-run fourth. Yanks that one foul. Mickey plans to be with us tomorrow. Carlos Rodon against Alfredo Simon. The game will be over WGN. And Jose Quintana against Anibal Sanchez. Then Johnny Danks against Kyle Ryan. And then in the finale on Sunday, Jess Samardzija against David Price. From Comerica Park in Detroit. The 1-2. .23 doubles he has. And for a guy who's got a tremendous top hand like Dozier has, he has good plate coverage. I'm surprised he doesn't hit higher in average.
He's got some pretty good power numbers, especially for a guy that's hitting in the 2 spot.
You better believe it. Yes, he did. He gone. 1, 2, 3 inning, 8 strikeouts, but we trail it 3-1.
The Royals at 7:10. All fans are invited to stay for a post-game fireworks show presented by Athletico Physical Therapy. Athletico Physical Therapy, better for every body. Purchase tickets today by visiting WhiteSox.com or calling 866-SOX-GAME. Between innings, Robin Ventura went up to Adam Eaton and probably suggested to him that he might want to hustle. And if you don't hustle the first time because you think it's caught, you certainly should hustle the second time when you see it's not caught. I'm not sure there's any excuse really for that. I think Robin feels the same way. Now we'll see if Adam feels the same way.
Gillespie leads it off. He has gone out to left and he has grounded to second. You're just tuning in. Our 0-1 run coming on a home run by. There is a shot. It's going to hang up. No. Robinson had to make a commitment. Didn't do it. So a good way to start. That ball was catchable.
If you get a good enough jump, you're going to be able to probably catch this ball on the dive. But eventually, he just decided that he would pull up. That ball hit awfully close to him. But Connor's certainly very happy about that play in left.
Here is Abreu. He's grounded hard to second and then hit a little dribbler down the third baseline that Plouffe came in barehanded and threw him out. Made a good play on it. First pitch strike.
Jose came in hitting close to 380 against right-handers over the last 13 games. With the league average of 266, he's done a pretty good job against the righties.
Just fouled. Dadgummit.
This series, as you can see, Jose's been all everything. Most of the series have given him the whole right side and he just keeps hitting the ball through it. Not today, however.
Outfield straight up, spread out. Curveball, he knew it. 1 out.
Hey, White Sox fans, next time you're looking for great seats, get to StubHub, where there are no surprise fees at checkout. That's right. On StubHub, the price you see is the price you pay. StubHub, the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of ChicagoWhiteSox.com.
Adam has homered a long homer. And he has doubled hard into the gap in right center field. And made a nice approach to that pitch that was on the outside edge of the outside corner.
That's the type of pitch given to a pitcher who throws nothing but strikes. This ball is probably down and off the plate a touch, but when you're around the corners all the time, as Hughes is, you're just going to get the benefit of that. The guy who's everywhere, he's not going to get the benefit of that.
Meanwhile, he's got a 0-2 count. And he's trying to have a redo on that previous pitch.
Now at 0-2, the Twins shift completely from what they were playing before he got to 2 strikes. As you can see, now they're in a situation where they got 3 on the right side of second base.
And they continue to pitch him outside. Got him. 2 down.
First pitch that Suzuki wanted was a changeup, and Hughes shook to the backdoor slider. Well, a few times he gets it in the neighborhood, and he gets a strikeout.
So here's Melky. He's lined hard to center, and he's popped up softly to third. Chops that one foul. Nice gap out there in right center. Yeah, there's a one hopper, and that'll do it. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. We trail it 3-1.
Sale. He's got 8 strikeouts in 5 innings, but he's given up 3 earned runs on 4 hits, just 1 walk.
And that walk scored. So here's Mauer to lead it off for them. He'll be followed by Torrey Hunter and Trevor Plouffe. Mauer has grounded to third, and he's grounded to short. That ground ball to short. Got Dozier over to third after Dozier had led off the inning with a double. One and one to count. There'll be an error on Ramirez.
As he decides that he would be better served to slide for whatever reason, and then throws it away. So it is E6.
Picks up his 9th error. And the lead man aboard. So here's Torrey. Torrey struck out, and then he doubled in a run and scored. That was in the 4th. Fouls that one away.
Jory taking a long look down at Gene Glenn. Joe Mauer has only tried to swipe 2 bases. He's been caught 1 time.
Goes through that one at 94. He gone. He knew it.
That time he seemingly quick pitched Torrey Hunter, and I think that's what he's talking to Doug Eddings about. As he walked away, Chris kind of surprised him. He wasn't ready for Chris to come at him, especially with a fastball. When you quick pitch somebody, you want a fastball.
Well, that's just on Torrey there.
Yeah, because he hit the corner with it. I mean, it's not like that pitch was 6 inches inside.
Loof has reached on an error. And that's in the center field. 2 down.
Pretty nice story coming out of A ball, short season Class A ball. Mariano Rivera's son entered a game against the Auburn Doubledays, and they were playing the Metallica song, one of my favorites, Enter Sandman, which they played for years in New York when his father entered and saved all of those games. He struck out 4 in 2 innings, did the young Mr. Rivera, trying to follow in the footsteps of his illustrious father, something that he's got a lot of work to do.
Here's Nunez. Had an RBI double. He also has struck out. Well, Mariano, the greatest of all time.
Unbelievably durable, impervious to pressure.
And you know, they've been great relievers.
Yeah.
Eckersley, Raleigh Fingers and those guys. A lot of them, a whole host of them. But nobody had the stage like Mariano. And he did it. He had the stage, he took it, and he did it. And everybody knew what he was going to throw.
For many years, he wouldn't even use both sides of the plate. Many years, he just used the one side of the plate, inside the lefties, away to righties.
Can't get the slider. But I mean, that's what to me is just amazing. If somebody would tell me that the guy's going to be the greatest reliever of all time and everybody knew what he was going to throw every pitch, I'd say you got to be nuts. That's in the center field, right at him. So they get the leadoff man aboard, can't do anything with it, and we'll go to the 7th.
Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by DraftKings. Play daily fantasy baseball on DraftKings for free using promo code ShySox.
We have got to do something. We trail it 3-1. They scored 3 runs in the 4th inning. We've got Garcia, Ramirez, Flowers coming to the plate. Avi is lined hard to center and struck out. Ready to get past the bat. 0-1. Another point on Mariano Rivera, though, that I just never understood. In fact, every manager we had, I used to talk to him about it. That in the 9th inning, when they would pinch hit for somebody, they'd always send a left-handed hitter up there. And he would just absolutely destroy left-handed hitters.
Yeah, he broke their bats.
Broke their bats. I mean, it was. I used to tell our guys, hey, if you're gonna pitch it, send a right-hander up there. You got a better chance.
Well, against some of the better changeup pitchers around, you should send opposite what you think. As I know, Tommy Glavine a lot of times switch hitters wouldn't hit right-handed against him. They'd come up left-handed against him because at that point Tommy wasn't throwing that many changeups to him, and that was one of his biggest weapons against a right-hand hitter.
That's inside. 1-2. That ball hit high and deep into right field. Right in front of the track now is Torrey.
Provide your guests with the all-inclusive White Sox experience in the home plate club or Magellan Scout seats. These 2 premium seating areas are the best ways to entertain your most important clients, employees, friends, or family. For more information, call 312-674-1000 or visit whitesox.com/premium seating.
Here's Alexi. He's 0 for 2, a grounder to short and a pop up to second. That's in the center. Buxton. Two down, and that'll bring up Tyler Flowers. Tyler 1 for 2. 0-2 count last time up. Shot a single in the right field. Outfield straight up, spread out. Curveball. Hughes out there just like he's playing catch on the side with Suzuki.
And he's done it with a minimum of pitches.
Hughes 6'5", 250 pounds. Certainly not going to overpower you. He is a finesse pitcher.
And he had to be pretty much talked by Neil Allen into using that curveball more. Because left to his own devices, he would throw 10, 12 fastballs in a row. These days, he doesn't have that kind of fastball. It's good, but it's not great, and he's got to spot it.
Well, Neil Allen had one of the better right-handed curveballs in baseball.
Yes, he did.
You could hear his.
He took over for a long-time pitching coach Rick Anderson here in Minnesota when the new administration took over. And Paul Molitor's got him thinking that there's no reason why they shouldn't win every day out.
Seventh inning stretch. We trail it by 2. They lead us 3-1. 3-4-0 for them. 1-5-2 for us. We have stranded 4. They have stranded 3. So it'll be the lower third of the order. Suzuki, Vargas, and Robinson to face Chris Sale. Outfield slightly to the right. Is it slider strike? That's like a slurve. Only throws it a little bit harder, but he's starting to take something off, which is making it just absolutely more devastating.
I got a battle. Here we go.
Hitters just can't stand it. They hate it when pitchers take something off the breaking stuff.
Well, it's one thing to try to guess a breaking ball, and sometimes you can just feel that it's coming. It's another thing to try to guess the velocity, which you can't do because good pitchers will use three different types of velocities.
You changed. I saw you pitch. I never faced you, but you changed all the time on your curveball.
Well, I had to because I had no straight change, so that acted as a straight change.
That ball hit hard. And here's the throw into second base. Oh, if he hangs on to it, they got a chance of getting it. What a play by Melky. Carlos just could not hang on to it.
After a steady diet of soft stuff, Chris went with the fastball. Unfortunately, it was down the middle. And Suzuki hit the daylights out of it. Melky makes a great play. The biggest mistake here for an outfielder is get trapped too close to the wall. He was in a perfect position for the carom and then threw one just barely off the bag. And Suzuki in at second base. So not a particularly good way to start the seventh.
So here's Vargas. Struck out and grounded to short. Suzuki just loves it when we come to town. or when they come to Chicago.
He's got the highest batting average on this Minnesota team against Chris Sale.
Well, we could reframe that. Lately, everybody just can't wait for us to get to town or come into U.S. Cellular Field.
Yes, unfortunately, that has been the case.
Pretty good pitch, didn't get it. Base hit up the middle. They're going to hold him at third. Adam hits the cutoff man. So runners at the corners and nobody out.
He got behind Vargas. He threw a change, but this one was down and over the middle of the plate. Took it right back up the middle, and then with nobody out, Gene Glynn deciding they're not going to run with the catcher in that situation.
Well, if they had, he would have been a gone goose.
Yes.
Adam made a very strong, accurate throw right to Abreu. They could have had two cutoff guys to get Suzuki then. Robinson has singled hard to left and he lined out hard to right. He is 3 for 10 against Chris. Slider up and out. Suzuki scores. Now the ball gets by him, and they're going to wave Vargas around. Robinson into third.
Probably going to be single, maybe a double, but it's certainly going to be E8.
So that'll be our third error of the ball game.
Robinson gets a changeup. It's out away. He stays right with it. It is single, E8, 1 run batted in. And this has not been a pretty one.
Well, you know, I don't like it, but I don't mind getting beat because this is Major League Baseball. What I can't stand is when we beat ourselves. We've done a heck of a good job with that so far this year. So infield in with Robinson at third, and here's Buxton, who is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. First pitch strike. Count 0-2. The only thing Buxton's thinking about right now is not striking out for the 4th time.
Daniel Webb loosening in the pen.
He gone. Backdoor slider. That's 10 strikeouts now for Chris Sale. Golden sombrero.
Pretty amazing when you get to 10 strikeouts and you haven't had your best velocity, you haven't had your best breaking ball, you certainly haven't had your best changeup, but you're still looking at double digits in strikeouts. This Minnesota team has given Chris a tough time this year.
Dozier's lined hard to left. He is doubled hard to left. Scored, and then he struck out back in the 5th. Six nothing. Six-one. Check that. Our run coming on a homer by Adam LaRoche, leading off the 2nd inning. If you're just joining us,
36 driven in for Dozier. Chris Sale lifetime came in at 7-3 with a 3.29 ERA against these Twins, but this year he's 1-2 coming into today with a 6.35 ERA. So for whatever reason, and nobody can quite figure out why some teams can't touch you at all and other teams seem to touch you up, this team has had Chris's number, and here comes Robin.
Well, 3 in the 4th, 3 so far here in the 7th. He's going to stay with him.
Tom Brunansky going over the charts. Certainly what Chris likes to do. What's happened so far today? You see Plouffe on your left. And you see Torrey Hunter on your right.
And Joe Mauer in the middle. Mauer 0 for 3. Grounded to third, grounded to short, and then reached on an error by Alexei. 1-5 and a big 3 for us. 6-8 and 0 for them. Slider strike. Fastball fouls it back, and the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Only 2 teams have committed more errors than we have. Oakland and Texas. One out, 1-2 the count to the 32-year-old veteran. So unless we do something drastic, it appears Phil Hughes on his birthday is going to pick up a victory. Might be way over into right center. Pretty good pitch, been called a lot today for Hughes.
Chris does not get the benefit of the call, and it had just barely a piece of the plate.
Well, the thing, everything's holding up his hand about 5 inches apart.
Yeah, that that might be overselling a call that was borderline one way or the other.
Well, he's been calling all day for Hughes. That's the only thing that I don't like. Is that out of play left side? And another souvenir. But it certainly has not been the umpiring that's hurt us in this game.
Nope.
Or in that 13-2 debacle on Monday. Nice recovery right there by Sanchez. He was going over. Stopped, made the call, and here comes Robin for the second time. So Chris is going to work 6 2/3. 6 runs, 7 hits, 1 walk, 10 strikeouts. He'll depart, and we'll be back.
Players all season long by visiting whitesox.com/connect today. Our Honda call to the pen is Daniel Webb. Comes on for the 8th time. He has no record. He has no ERA. He does have 10 strikeouts in 8 2/3. He's only walked 2. And he inherits Dozier at second base. And 2 outs here in the 7th. Already trailing by 5, and for Chris Sale, very disappointing day.
Torrey 1 for 3 with an RBI double and a run scored. Can't get it.
Chris did accomplish 7 straight games with at least 10 strikeouts or more. First time that's been done since Randy Johnson, but it's little solace in the fact that he leaves trailing. Didn't have his best stuff today. There was no doubt about that. His fastball was 2-3 miles an hour slower than it's been. The slider wasn't near as good, and yet he battled and gave whatever he had. At the end of the day,
we got a man there. And that'll retire the side. If they pick up another crooked number, a 3 spot, and they lead it 6-1. Six to 9 at Firewater Saloon in Edison Park. Come out for the fun, test your sports trivia knowledge, and you could win big. Beer money presented by Coors Light. Six-1 ball game here in the top of the 8th inning. And Phil Hughes on his birthday trying to put it away. Jimmy Shuck will hit for Carlos. Sanchez was 0 for 2, a grounder to second and a grounder to first. Outfield straight up and spread out. Takes first pitch strike. What new? Oh, 0-2 the count. What new?
Seemingly he starts out 0-2. With that kind of control, he's 0-2 a lot if you decide to take the first 2 pitches. Lane Boyer loosening in the pen. We've seen him in this series. He threw 1 inning in the opener.
Ball hit well into right center field. Buxton.
He just runs to the spot and runs it down. Here's our Xfinity high-speed action replay, and it is the day of Phil Hughes. He's not normally a big strikeout pitcher, but he throws a lot of strikes. And when he gets that curveball over the plate and that backdoor slider is working, he's pretty tough, as he has been this afternoon. And as usual, no walks.
Adam with a base hit back through the middle. He's now 2 for 4.
That's what Hughes' line looks like. 5 Ks, 0 walks. And he continues to show he's got the best control in the major leagues.
Well, he's got almost 100 innings in, and he's walked 9 guys.
I'm not sure I walked that many.
Some umpire had a bad day behind the plate.
Might have been because he can get all of his pitches over pretty much anytime he wants.
And you don't know how many pitch arounds he had. Connor. He's going out to left, grounded to second, and single to the left. There's that pitch. He wouldn't give Sale, but he gives it to Hughes.
Pretty much in the identical spot. Toyota pitch tracks will show you that. Borderline call.
Huge difference. 2-0 versus 1-1. Now it's 1-2. And that ball hit in the center field. Two down, and they'll bring up Abreu. Jose is 0 for 3 today. Grounded sharply to second. Hit a little dribbler to third. Plouffe made a good play on him. And he was called out on a good curveball from Hughes. Top of the 9th inning in Cleveland. The Indians leading the Tigers 8-2. Top of the 7th in the Bronx. Yankees shutting out the Phillies 6-0. Top of the 11th down in St. Pete. Blue Jays and Rays. No score. Toronto with just 5 hits. Tampa Bay just 3 hits. That ball hit high and deep. Torrey back right at the wall. Hauls it in. And that'll retire the side. Twins lead at 6-1. That Garfien. No, that's Gordon Beckham.
He checks in at second base as Sanchez was taken down for J.B. Shuck.
And there's a line drive base hit.
It's time to cast your vote for the 2015 MLB All-Star Game starting lineups. Go to WhiteSox.com and cast your vote through the Assurance MLB All-Star Game ballot on your computer, tablet, or smartphone. Vote at WhiteSox.com now. And be sure to catch all of the excitement of the 86th MLB All-Star Game July 14th live on Fox, and that'll be from Cincinnati. And remember, you can vote up to 35 times.
What was the? I just saw a little blip about MLB canceling 60 million votes.
Well, it could very well be when you see, and who knows how they got there or when they got there, but so many votes from, well, for instance, Nori Aoki's not even with Kansas City anymore, and he was leading for a while.
So Daniel throws him out, one down. Well, that's the only thing I saw. I didn't see the who's and whys and wheres. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. It's a fans game, and if Kansas City wants to vote their guys in and they want to go to put the time and effort in to do it, more power to them.
Well, but the caveat here is you can only vote 35 times per person. That probably, and it's surprising when you see not only guys who are on Kansas City, because a lot of them, they're having great years. A lot of them are certainly deserving of being there. But then you see a guy who was on Kansas City in Aoki, who, by the way, just had an ankle problem. That's a little strange.
Hits the bag for a base hit. That's two balls that have gone down the line, one down the first base line and one down the third base line that our guys let roll, and they should have known they were not going to go foul.
Yes, we've proven conclusively that the ball doesn't roll foul. Now, for Connor Gillespie, it's one thing to let the ball roll out. It's another thing to let it roll out when a man can go to third base. Now, in this game at 6-1, it might not matter. But if you get that ball, there's a very good chance you get Plouffe out.
Well, you're going to get him out if you pick it up because he's right in the middle of
I know.
Between second and third.
He got no place to go.
So here's Vargas, 1 for 3.
See Plouffe, he's trapped. Now not so trapped.
Beckham backs up. Rack him up. And that'll retire the side. So a good job by Daniel Webb. Meanwhile, we'll go to the ninth. Not good.
Wednesday Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by DraftKings. Play daily fantasy baseball on DraftKings for free using promo code ShySox.
Just like we promised you earlier in the game, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. And in a game devoid of too many highlights, we've got one for you, and that is strikeout number 10 by Chris Sale. This on Byron Buxton, his 4th strikeout of the day. It's looking, why that's significant, it's the 7th straight game where Chris Sale had 10 or more strikeouts. Disappointing day for him overall, but that's one of the highlights. And we got a new pitcher coming in, and it's Blaine Boyer. On for Phil Hughes, who went a solid 8, and he's the pitcher of record.
And here is the man responsible for our only run. A homer leading off the 2nd inning, so we led it 1-0. Then they scored 3 in the 4th, added 3 more in the 7th, and we just played a sloppy ball game again today. That ball hit. Torrey's not going to be able to get it, so that's going to be another double. Now 3 for 4, a homer, and 2 doubles.
Boyer, one of their more steady pensmen, on for the 34th time. His ERA 2.41.
Here's Melky's 0 for 3. Takes ball 1. One out. Ate him up inside. And that'll bring it Ivy. Ivy is 0 for 3. Nunez guns it over. 2 down. So here's Alexei. Breaking ball strike. And this ball game is over. So we take the lead with that home run by